Welcome back to our WCL agent training. On today's video, we're going to be covering the functionality of what you can do in a ticket as you work your issue. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to log in, and then we're going to find the ticket that you're wanting to work. Now in this video, we're going to have a brand new ticket that we're going to be working with. So we have this brand new ticket down here at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and open that ticket. And again, as we mentioned in the previous video, we have the information over here on the left-hand column about the member and about what they're submitting the ticket for. Now, in this case, you see it's still a WCL back office issue, right? It's English, and we've got their name, we've got their WCL username, and it says issue, please provide other details, right? So in this case, they did not pick an issue from our list, right? We asked them, they selected other, and so we have to look here in the middle section to see that what they typed. There's going to be a box for them to type in, and so then they're going to type that information in. Now with this particular ticket, I just said it's a test ticket with an attachment, and here is a picture. So one of the things you need to be aware of is that the members are going to be able to send screenshots of what the problem is. So if we click on this, we're going to have a screenshot that hopefully they will provide us some detail, right? They'll type out what they're having a problem with, and maybe they include a screenshot of an error or something, right? So that is one of the beauties of the system here with Zendesk, is that we can have screenshots, right? Now, this is a brand new ticket. You haven't touched it yet. It is assigned to you, right? It's assigned to Mr. Bailey, right? It came in that way. Now, Mr. Bailey has a couple of options, and I'm just going to go over an overview of what the options are in the ticket that he has. So number one, he can go over here to the far right-hand side, and he can click on the little person icon. If he clicks on that, he'll see a history of this particular member. Now, this is the very first ticket that this member submitted, right? So if there were any other tickets that maybe had been closed or were still open, right, then those tickets would be here. Now, if there were other tickets, and let's just say this ends up being like a duplicate of a ticket that's already being worked, there you're going to have the ability to merge tickets so that we're only ever working one issue for a member off of one ticket. We don't have multiple tickets for the same issue. So I want to highlight that we have that history here. Next, right below that, we have a knowledge article. So this is going to be our knowledge base, right? Now you're going to be able to add and link articles to tickets. That's going to be one of the primary ways that we track our knowledge system and that members understand how to do things, right? That's going to be one of the ways we educate them. So we have our knowledge system here, right? So that covers these icons that we have. Now down here at the bottom is your interaction. It's going to be how you interact with the ticket, right? Now you have an option here. It says public reply, or if you click the little drop down, you can do an internal note. Now it's important to note that if you do a public reply, it's going to generate an email back to the member. Okay, so whatever you type in here, it's going to go back to the member, and you'll have the ability to attach knowledge articles. You'll be able to attach attachments, right? And we're going to show you all of this, but just know that if you use public reply, it's going to generate an email back to the member. If you use internal note, it's only going to be an internal note that your fellow agents and yourself can see. It's not going to generate an email back to the member. And when you close the ticket, It's not going to show up in the email either when you close the ticket for the member. Okay. So I just wanted to point that out. And then last, but certainly not least, we have down here in the lower right-hand corner, what do you want to do? So let's just put in here, we're going to say this is a test private note, right? Again, you could just leave yourself some notes, or when we show you how to transfer, if you need to leave information for the agent that you're transferring the ticket to, right? You could do all of that here in a private or internal note. And then we're going to go over here and you have the option to submit it as open, submit it as pending, or submit as solved, right? So if you submit as open, that means you're still working the ticket. The ticket is still being worked, right? We're still trying to find a resolution. If you submit as pending, it means that you've put your public notes on there, right? And that's generated an email back to the member. And from your perspective, from our perspective, we've sent the member a resolution. So we want to submit it as pending, because that's going to mean that we believe we've solved the issue and it's pending. And now we're going to set some guidelines on how long a ticket will be left pending before you come in and submit it as solved, right? Because the members are going to have an option to click and say that their ticket is solved. And we're going to show you that as well. So open means that you're still working on it. You haven't submitted a final resolution to the member yet. Pending means that you believe you've found the resolution and you've sent it to the member. And solved means that we solved the issue. So we're going to leave this submit as open for now because we're still working on it. It's just an internal note. Okay, so this covers the basics of the ticketing system, where you're going to put your notes, where you can see the history of the members and contact with us, where you can see the knowledge base. Check back for the next video on how I show you how to link either an attachment or a knowledge base article to the ticket.